12-12. St. Louis will turn it over to the lefty Kim, and he'll get the start today.
Yeah, he's been getting better, like we said at the open, and they need a big start for him today. This is a big game. Got to get this train back on the tracks.
Scary moment yesterday, obviously, with Bryce Harper. He is not in their lineup today. Joe Girardi has shuffled that up. A look at the Hyundai pitch arsenal.
You see here, mostly four-seam fastball, slider, decent changeup, doesn't throw it a lot, and the curveball not a lot either. He is going to be aggressive at times, most of the time, with the fastballs inside to righties. He's got a nice little crossfire and fastball, and that gets that slider, makes that slider effective because it comes out.
Kutchin. The next by Kim. Hit up the middle. That is Sosa to his left. And he makes the play. Nicely done by Edmundo Sosa. Very good defensive player. He was out early taking ground balls before today's game at short.
Well, that's a heck of a...
That 4-game winning streak to start the year. Pulled and fair. Just over the third base bag. Baum is thinking 2. And he will stop at first base in a smart move on his part. I think Arenado thought that was a foul ball.
That was a really interesting look at that from up here because it was hit so hard. And you can't really tell where it crosses the bag, obviously. We're going to get a good look at it here. That is so close. Normally you don't see the ball bounce that far foul after it crosses the bag. And speaking of foul,
not going, and the pitch is lifted in the air out to center. Dylan Carlson there to make the catch, and that's out number 2. JT Realmuto. Chance to win, but a chance to rest their bullpen. Webb and Miller last night hadn't pitched in 10 days. And a base hit into left.
It's really remarkable if you think about it. You have 2 lefties and guys who use a lot. Think about their appearances over the last couple years, and even Webb this year. 2 lefties, your guys, go-to guys, 10 days off.
Brennan Miller is the home plate umpire today. James Hoy, the crew chief, down at first. Jordan Baker at second. Chris Segal at third. Swing and a miss. Struck him out in the first of the afternoon for Kim. Half inning in the books, and there's no score. Yeah. So his back-to-back hit by pitches. Then McCutchen got the base hit. Kingery retired for the first out. And that's the problem that you have with the 3-batter.
Well, and you thought that would never come up in that kind of a bad situation. You always think it would be a situation where you made a mistake by getting a guy in there, and now the matchups are not favorable. But you would never think in a million years that you would. Why not just walk the next guy? Well, I mean, how many more guys do you want to put on base?
So the base hit into left. I think it's clear to say it's the failure of the 3-batter minimum, and this is supposed to speed up games, and it hasn't at all. I think people want it out. Quinn is running. Throw by Kisner, not in time.
Tell you what, I'm impressed how fast Kisner gets rid of the ball. It's made a heck of an improvement. I know he's a defensive catcher, and I know he's the guy for the future, but I can't help to think how much better he's been getting, especially digging that ball in the dirt. Last night he had to catch a
session with the media. Ground ball that's hit to short. Sosa up with it, and the out. Such an odd game where the Cardinals have pitched so well in their last 8 games, in particular from the starters, and yet they're 4-4.
It's almost like they just can't get the group clicking all at once. It's either the offense or the defense or the pitching.
Strikeout number 2 for Kim. Trout with 3, Pujols with 3. Curveball lined off the glove of Sosa. Almost had it.
Just missed it. His ball's hooking a little bit. And so not only does he have to jump and reach up, it starts to run from him to the right a little bit. You can see the spin right there. Just a little bit. The team is in the game like that. It's so awesome to watch. Guys that really care.
Ground ball left side. Arenado will get the lead man. Get the lead man. Keep the double play in order. Take Rhys Hoskins sitting on 99 home runs. Lines it into center. Carlson there.
And he's crushed 2 balls to center field, but on the line. 2 good swings too.
JT Realmuto.
I mean, that's a lot of room for a guy.
And he hits it that way into the gap in right center. Carlson quickly back into the infield. The relay to the plate, no throw. And it's 1-0 on the 2-out double by JT Realmuto. 2 for 2.
I say that's a lot of room for a guy with just 2 home runs this year. Really, that's not the important part. But 97 home runs in his career and 2,700 at bats. I don't back up. I crowd the gap or take away one of the corners that you think that Kim will not need. So
season.
I always thought the Pirates always somehow come up with a sneaky bullpen.
There's a ground ball to second. 2-out double by JT Realmuto. Midway through 3, and it's 1-0.
The center fielder picked up the ball, and I'm not saying I would have kept going because he would have made it, but I'll tell you what, he was flying.
Kim drops down a bunt, rolling foul. May have noticed the patch being worn by the Phillies this year. The sleeve of their jerseys to honor late slugger Dick Allen. 15 seasons with the Phillies. There's a Hall of Fame vote in December. There's going to be 10 candidates on the Golden Days committee ballot. And those are the players from 1950 to 1969. Here's the 0-1 pitch. 0-2. You
know, you see these guys like Sosa come up, and we were talking about O'Neill, which talking about the power and the sprint speed and all that. Sosa right there, off the bat, 106 miles an hour on a base hit, and this is something you can't teach. He ran a 4.7 to first, which is pretty decent for an average running guy. Sprint speed of 29 miles an hour. So talk about being the raw power and the sprint speed. He's another one of those guys that has both.
He's been in the system developed by the Cardinals for a long time. He was out of options. Didn't have a great spring. Has always been known to have an exceptional glove.
And I'm sorry, I need to reiterate, it's feet per second, but still, it's, we talked about a lot of guys at the top of the level of this game are right around 30, 31 feet per second. He's at 29, so.
There he goes running, and the pitch is bunted foul.
That is unlike him. That is an awful attempt to bunt the ball down the third base line.
So 4 strikeouts for Nola.
Wow.
And Sosa back to the bag at first. Dollars. Lining the ball all over the place, and that's going to drop for a base hit.
Oh, you can't throw it out there any better than that.
First hit of the season. 1 for 2 today. So again, Kim is going to have to work from the stretch.
Little cutter right there, makes a great quality pitch because of the shift. Tell you what, there's a ball here. You better hurry up.
The 1-2 pitch. There's your ground ball. Arenado. How about a turn? And not in time.
Wow. Flying.
He can pick him up and put him down.
What, good pitching, nice defense, home runs, and sprinting like this is so cool to see. I mean,
Nick Maton.
You know what I always tell you? I wish I had just a little bit of that speed, just a little bit.
And he's picked off. Goldschmidt, the throw, the tag, the outs. Picked off. Goldie knew he had to hurry too on that throw.
Well, they almost caught Sosa by surprise. I think he had watch this, how late Sosa is right here. He saw it, but then he's like, oh,
yep,
he's coming at me. Tell you what, he's one of those guys a little bit, and when you have to do that as a pitcher, you're not as sharp.
Fly ball right center. Williams can't get there. Barehands it, and he'll hold Maton to a single. Here's Nola, the pitcher, back to Kim, off his glove, but Edman there to back him up. Coming up for St. Louis.
Oh, you know, that was just, you were a little out in front, you're a little behind. You almost got to say, listen, this is what they're doing. This is why they're doing it. This is what happened before. And we talked about it on the air, but sometimes when you're playing, things just happen so fast. You just can't soak enough information of the right kind in. You kind of think about everything that's going on during the game and not basically walk a ball up the middle a little bit, center, left center. And we were a little frustrated with the stadium, and Albert was making it look small.
He did that with a lot of ballparks.
Oh, man. I started wanting to close my eyes when he was hitting. I'm frustrated.
There's 2 outs. Albert.
Many spring training camp, and they get up early in the morning and they work out and they run through their day. It's just like they were here, but just not playing at a game each and every night.
Minor league season, by the way, will kick off next week.